How did you feel about Kendrick at the Super Bowl?
Oh, I loved it.
Yeah.
I loved it. And I love his artistry. And I love, man, I love how he treats his family and how he feels about the culture. You know, one thing that I want to say, and I mean this, especially when it comes to Black people, is even if you feel a certain way, we shouldn't say that shit in public.
Yep, that's why I tell people.
Welcome back to the channel. This is PeePodCove. We got David Banner interview with Big Boy. He ain't Big Boy no more. He ain't big no more, but he still mean a lot to the culture. I ran into this interview. David Banner. I know he's a rapper, used to be a rapper. And I started watching the interview because I know he spoke about Kendrick Lamar. And I'm turning the camera on, but I actually watched the entire interview. And I want to say this is an amazing interview. Like, this guy's inspirational. He's inspired people. You know, he has a positive, like, pretty good. It's a really good interview. Y'all should definitely check it out. I'm gonna leave the description down below. Hey, I love all the comments I've been getting from y'all. To support the channel, if y'all want to support the channel, hit the like button, hit the cash out. I appreciate it. But yeah, man, y'all need to go check this video out, man. He's definitely got a lot of information, valuable information, man. The brother is very knowledgeable, and the fact that Big Boy bring him on the platform, I see why. He's definitely positive and good for the culture. And now, of course, you know why we're here, because of Kendrick Lamar. He spoke about Kendrick Lamar because, you know, there's been a lot of mixed feelings since this performance. And I was checking, it's about to hit 100 million views, that Super Bowl performance. 100 million views. But we're going to get back into it. I love that picture back that he got with Game too. And kind of what they were talking about was that he saw a picture on the wall that he wanted. And when you came in, he basically said that because Big Boy thought he was going to take the one with Kendrick Lamar. And he said, no, I'll never take a Black man down from the wall. That's kind of what he was talking about. But let's get back to it.
Saying I mean this, especially when it comes to Black people, is even if you feel a certain way, we shouldn't say that shit in public.
Yep, that's why I tell people.
I wanted to say real quick, how y'all feel about that? Because you know what? We kind of grew up like that in culture. I'm from the West Indies. And when I came to the United States in 87, the American people I had here, friends that were here, kind of was like the same way. You know, we could talk about that amongst ourselves, but in public, nah, that's not something that's cool. You know, putting people down a certain way, you know, protecting the Black image, the Black culture. That was something that was done a lot back in the day, but now it don't seem like it exists anymore. How y'all feel about that? Leave me your comments.
Even if I tell like my brother, if I felt like he was wrong, I tell him in the car.
Yeah. Like man, the fact that he's there is so wonderful. And this is what bothers me. If you are gonna criticize, why don't you criticize everybody like that? If you're gonna swing the sword, swing the sword. And if you're gonna,
that's the thing, man. A lot of people are, I wouldn't say worse, but they're more critics of people that look like that for no reason, just because they're ignorant. And we all know what comes with ignorant ninjas, boy. They gonna they always ready. It's like in Boondocks, the ninja, that ninja moment when you have it and it's just another one waiting to give it to you. Just because today is my ninja day, it's gonna be yours as well.
Going to swing the sword, be God enough or God-like enough to give not just criticism. Oh, okay, well, what do you think I could do better? Right. You don't know because you a bum.
Right.
Like, man, like, come on, we got to love each other. We got to do better. I am so proud. And if I can't say nothing else, this man brought LA together in a way that I have not seen since the 60s. And bro, Kendrick don't move around that much. For him to sit in and write something that can galvanize people in the way that he galvanized people, bro, that's powerful.
And you know what I love about that? You lived here, but Banner, you're not from here.
And that's the thing, man. That show you how powerful that beef was. You know, people say a lot of bad things about Drake, but Drake united. He kind of got the resolution going. because think about where we are now. If this beef never happened, does K-Dot get the Super Bowl? There's a lot of things that happen because of that beef. He gets the Super Bowl and he performs this masterpiece, right? He performs this masterpiece first at the Super Bowl. Now the conversations become 40 acres and mule. Like what's going on? There's a lot of things being talked about within the culture that people notice. Now, not saying that people have noticed it before. It's just that now the lights turned on and all the roaches are running for the corners.
Yeah. And even when I saw the pop out, people probably thought like, oh, the pop out, oh, not like us. How can, but I saw what was powerful about the pop out. I knew what cultures were up there. I saw the Crips, I saw the Bloods, I saw, the Latinos. I saw what it looked like. I saw people walk.
Hey, y'all go check the pop out. It's on the channel. I did a live stream to it when it happened. Y'all should go check it out. And that was K-Dot doing his thing.
And out, like everybody's high-fiving and not just, oh, we up, the city's up. It wasn't about Drake. It was about what we felt. And that came from, if you could say one man on one team.
It's crazy though, because when you think about it, right, it's like back in the day when you went to a party. But when you really think about music and what it does to you, leave that gang shit at the door, bro. You in here, we here have a good time. We're going to come and have a good time, and we're going to leave. And whatever happens outside, we're going to try to keep it civil. But once we're in here, we love each other. We get together. We at peace. And that's what it was. And that's what the music that he puts out does. It brings unity. And people are opening their eyes.
But what everybody felt like. And that's why when I saw the Super Bowl, people that didn't understand it, I'm like, well, maybe at that moment, it wasn't for you. But for those that knew the purpose.
Now, we know we've had a lot of it wasn't for you moments where we're like, I'm just going to watch the game. Yeah, I'm just going to watch the game. So we've had that a lot. I know I have. You're like, ugh.
It served me well.
And I know my team now don't want to hear this.
Uh-oh.
But
man.
I gotta say it. But I thought
family business, New Orleans.
I thought black people wasn't fucking with the NFL anyway. Bro,
Hey, I don't know if I could ever fall on that side. I used to play football. And that's the one sport that I could say is the most competitive. It's better to watch. I love baseball, different things like basketball. But for some reason, the NFL is just the biggest machine, probably, I would say, that you can't run away from, no matter what you do. Whether it's fantasy football, whether it's if you're a guy, you're kind of in corners if you don't F with the NFL.
We pop off so much, bro, but we ain't supposed to be messing with them anyway. But because
and that's the thing. You know how the NFL got all the black people back? They signed Jay-Z. Like when Jay-Z told us to stop drinking, what was it, Cristal and whatever it was, everybody stopped drinking that junk back in the day. He was like the leader of black people, the entertainer leader of black people. Nobody was going to follow Diddy, but they were going to follow Jay-Z. And once Jay-Z got added on back there, everybody went right back to the NFL like nothing happened. They forgot Colin even took a knee.
They gave one black person some money, and all of a sudden we back with the NFL. We ain't supposed to be watching that anyway. Just be talking about all this black power.
See, I didn't even see that yet. That's exactly what happened. It's like, yo, I know somebody seen the Boondocks out there, the R. Kelly situation, the one with the R. Kelly when he went to court on the Boondocks, when it was like, it didn't matter what he do. Once they turned the music on, everybody just started dancing. It was like, that's what happened. Jay-Z showed up and it was like, okay, back to normal. Where's Beyonce? Let her sing.
Right now, all this black excellence, like we get into the wrong things. And so we gonna criticize the fact that another black man is there regardless. I don't care who it is. We got that spot and we got an opportunity to shine and put on for our people. And somebody got up there and did something besides just, hey, look at me dance. That boy didn't do no hits for the most
man.
part, and still is the most viewed in history.
And listen, it's about to hit 100 million. I looked at the numbers today. It's about to hit 100 million streams. I think probably by this weekend. This is good. That's insane. That's insane. But I feel him on that. That was one thing I tried to say. Like, even if you don't like Kendrick as a huge fan, but you're a hip hop fan. But if you like hip hop, truly like hip hop, there's no way you don't like Kendrick. It just doesn't make sense. But to see hip hop from where it came from to being at the Super Bowl as a headliner, I think is big. I think it's big.
Wait, no, that's the biggest stunt of all time. I'm not even gonna do the songs y'all really like, and I'm still gonna smash.
Yeah, man.
But if you notice, all those songs after the Super Bowl, people went looking for. Even like on Spotify, Spotify had a list of all the songs he performed at the Super Bowl. So basically, people went right to that Spotify NFL Super Bowl halftime show playlist, and those songs just and then that's when people actually listened to those songs, and all of them junk shot up the charts. And then they went looking for, because here's the thing: when you hear the hits, you'll hear them, you'll sing along, but all of a sudden you're like, wow, why is the greatest halftime show performance in the world? It's on the biggest stage. It's one of the biggest events of the year. Why are these songs being played? And basically, all these platforms was like, yo, they're gonna cash in. I'm not sure what was on Apple and these other streams, but I know on Spotify I went in there and I saw the playlist. And I know a lot of these platforms all follow each other because at the end of the day, they want to market the stuff to you. They want you to listen to it. And that was huge. That was huge by Doc. That's why he chose to play the new stuff, because I think the album's already platinum. What?
And I'm gonna play a video game with your mind at the same time. They don't even know that.
Hey, man. And you know what I love about that, man? And not even just about the numbers, but that's Michael Jackson, high numbers, Prince, Bruno Mars, like for Kendrick, and he did it his way.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't look at that and say, man, what Kendrick doing? He didn't have no guy out there from a rock group playing a guitar. It was like, that's Kendrick.
Yeah, man. And we don't also understand, man. And I'm gonna say this and I'm gonna go, because
well, there's one more thing I do want to ask you, because I want to clarify something.
Okay, cool. I'll say this, bro. Like, I believe sometimes, bro, that we involve ourselves in lynching without knowing it. You know what I'm saying? And we publicly lynch.
Oh, whoa, those. I'm gonna have to go back on that, man. Say it again, brother. Say it.
I believe sometimes, bro, that we involve ourselves in lynching without knowing it. You know what I'm saying?
That's some powerful words.
We publicly lynch each other, right? And for entertainment of each other. And if you notice, a lot of times when they used to lynch black people, it was black people around watching it too, when we could have been doing something to stop it. So when people ask me questions, I usually don't. This is probably the first time, go and look, y'all, that I've ever said anything about that song or what was going on with that, because I'd rather use my power for something else, right? I ducked that question. But what I will say, man, is I seen this for myself. Kids are now being involved in lyricism. My homeboys' kids, I'm not talking about nobody else's kids, is actually dissecting lyrics because of that man. And so he's able to do something in a situation that may not be the cutest situation, but I can honestly say he got a lot more out of it. He engaged mind, had people asking questions and talking about things that people hadn't done since early 90s hip hop. I mean, we talk about Souls of Mischief. That's on your shirt, man. When I went up to the Bay, I went and engaged with Tajay, bro, because of what they did for me. From a lyricism standpoint, for me to see somebody rapping like that was outside of New York meant the world for me, or to me. So for Kendrick to be able to at least have black folks thinking all around this world, we got to give that young man some kind of credit and some kind of.
And Ben, I want to ask you one thing, because you had touched on,
and that's the thing too. I always ask, like, even if you're not a fan, as a black person, you got to say, yo, what he's doing is cool, but to not even acknowledge it, like just being a Hovio hater or whatever, that's crazy.
On something, and I was like, man, people probably
I know I said Hovio hater. I meant that.
Going to read into it a different way because I wasn't sure on what it was when you said, and you don't have to answer this.
I will.
It was when you were talking about how if there was a problem, you wouldn't say it, in a rap, you would go and paraphrasing that you would go and that we come from, we'll see you. How did you feel about the entire beef with Drake and Kendrick?
All right, well, let me clarify that.
Yeah.
When I meant come and see you, it didn't necessarily mean that I'm coming to
whoop
you.
I'm not
coming to pull a gun. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that as men, if you say something about me, I believe you. So I want to be clear on what's happening. Like I had a situation where we literally, and because of a really, really good friend of mine, like me and the young man got on the phone and we talked about it. Because a lot of times it's miscommunication and it's ego. And it's usually other people around us and not us. To be honest with you, bro, and I'm not ducking the question. It really didn't matter to me. I'm grown, dude. You know how old I am? And I saw so many people my age talking about what two young men are doing. Bro, you actually need to be worried about your pension.
Right.
Worried about an investment.
Yeah. Do you have dental insurance?
And think about what's happening on the.
At the end of the day, that's the power of what the beef did. And to me, it's like a lot of times the people are caught up in so many other things. And this beef was able to spark a lot of conversation. Not just here in the United States, but around the world, as Drake's finding out. Even in Australia, yep, those streams weren't botted, bro. They're real from around the world. Around the world. So, yeah, I know people should probably be doing other things, but this was the biggest beef in hip hop that touched every part of the world. All kinds of things, movies, shows. It's now on Saturday Night Live. I mean, it spilled over into everything in the world. So you can't really say, hey, you should be worried about this, because at this point, it's too late. Let's just talk about it.
In this world, that's what we're going to concentrate on as Black people. If that's, I'm not criticizing, but do you see what's going on with our
But you
food?
said you thinking like, man, I see that, but I'm thinking,
yeah,
I'm looking about
I don't really care.
Yeah, man.
It's not.
How many times have y'all heard or brought something up and I say, man, I got kids.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? I'm like, man, I can't triple. I got kids.
I'm really trying to get this Ferrari over here,
right?
Bro. I'm really trying to move my mom to Belize, bro, or to Ghana. Like for real, bro. Like we may need to be leaving this country, and I'm not joking, dog. And that's what we gonna concentrate on. Every time America allows something to be that big, it's not so much that they are enjoyed and engaged in it. Oh, we can use that as a distraction.
Yep.
So let's pass these laws over here.
Man.
You know what I'm saying?
These executive orders.
Exactly. And what I will say, that's something that I do like about Kendrick. He'll take this moment, and while we're doing this, he'll slide that information to you.
Hell yeah, man.
You know what I'm saying? So I respect that aspect of it. But bro, me, to be honest with you, I've been in beefs where I've known both sides and I've cared and loved.
And that's the one thing too, like Kendrick does the same thing, just like the government did. He did it in front of the president and his people. He made a huge statement. So yeah, you got to big up the Kate out on that, because a lot of these people that will go up there will just do their hits and they'll just get on stage and yell a bunch of stuff and everybody's singing party. No, he took time to educate his people because he knew he had time to do it. And being on the biggest stage, why not? And people heard, they listened. Because now you take any platform and all you see is K-Dot's Super Bowl performance being reenacted by another creator.
Of both sides, it ain't no win for our true culture, for our culture, when it's two people of that magnitude, because it's so high up on the totem pole anyway. We're not going to win in that, bro. It's just no winning.
I think we won. I'll let him finish.
for us, really. So for me, man, I just really look at it like, if I don't have anything positive to say, or I don't really have any love, or it's not love, I'm gonna try to stay out of it as much as I can. But what I will say is that when we really look at these things that they do with our children and our rappers, bro, we don't really benefit off of it. We get crumbs off of the table. If you see a black man that made a couple $1 million, there's somebody in a boardroom that made 80, 90, or a bill ticket. You know what I'm saying? And so for both,
when it comes to that, you know, somebody lose, somebody make money, make the best that you can. That's part of the stuff you sign up for. But a lot of the stuff he was saying was real. You know, like I said, this was a pretty good interview. I like a lot of the stuff he touched on with Kendrick. You know, I feel like, you know, there's a time to play. There's a time to run, sleep. There's a time to enjoy what's been given to you. And you can do, well, I shouldn't say do, but you should be able to walk and chew gum at the same time, right? So why can't you be watching more than one things at the same time and still being able to articulate what's going on in your life around you? You know, isn't that what life is? You don't focus on one thing. So the fact that this beef happened, the one thing it did was it brought hip hop rap to the front of the line. You know what I mean? Even though I think Drake's a little wounded right now, I think he's going to bounce back. But he brought rap to the front of the line. They haven't been there in two years, maybe, where rap songs dominated the charts. R&B maybe, but not rap. And the fact that Kendrick's back outside, he's been able to do that ever since he came back. And like, you know what? I'm not going to sit here and bash his answer. I thought he was a good interview. I should definitely go check it out. But y'all need to let me know your comments down there. And I really want to hear it. You know, right here by Elmo, it's going to be another video for you to watch. Want to support the channel, hit the Cash App, the like button. If you're still here, might as well subscribe. PeePodCove, I'll see y'all on the next one.